Sorry about that. Hey there, everyone. This is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach for Jumpstart Your Small Biz. And again, we are in day 5 of our 5-day challenge. I'm so proud of those of you who have taken on this challenge, taken on the journey, making the proper steps, moving forward. Now we're like not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 steps further ahead than when we were when we started on Sunday. So you should really give yourself a pat on the back, a handshake, a high five, make it work for you. And it's been my pleasure so far to make that happen. So listen, again, this 5-day challenge was designed to help you make breakthroughs. And so not only is it about money, it's not about just your finance. Not about just your time. It's not just about the ability to think abundantly and dream big, right? It's all of those things combined that can allow your best self to start to move forward and be able to shine, because as a business owner, what you want to be able to do is to bring forth your best self possible so that you can connect with your ideal customers. And this is what prepares you to do just that. Business starts with you, the business owner. We're going to talk a little bit more about what that really means also as we think about our next steps, right? So let's do a quick recap, and then we will, let me get my mic just a little further away. Okay, we're going to do a quick recap so we can kind of see where everything is, and then we'll deal with today's activities and then about action steps for moving forward. So that's our plan of action for today. So as people are joining on, gathering their things, what I do want you to do is I would like for you to make sure that you've opened up each one of the activity worksheets that you received over the course of the week. So let's take a quick peek or look back inside of the units, because what I want you to make sure that you all are doing, if you'll notice in the units page inside of our Facebook group, under Unit 2, Breakthrough 2020, everyone sees that, right? Okay. So as you can see, there are opportunities for you to do your checkoffs. And what you're going to see up at the top, notice how there's numbers of completed. Okay. So what I want you to be able to do is to mark off those that you have already done. So if you look at hold on, let me just do a quick, well, let me do it. Hold on a second. No, well, let me do that. Okay. If I can do it here. Let me just see if I can reorder the post, because I think something got misaligned here. So I just want to fix that for you guys. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. So inside of the units, you'll have the places where each one of the activity workbooks resided, and you have a place for you to check off when you have done it. Now, what I'm asking you to do, those of you who have participated and are in earshot, is this is where the surprise prize comes in. So, those of you who complete the assignments inside of Unit 2 and complete them, just being do how I want to call it. I'm going to use the honor system. But here's what's going to happen. Those of you who have downloaded, and I can tell if you've downloaded. So you've downloaded, you've completed the assignments for each one, and you do a mark off, and I see that, then you're going to be one of you're going to get special access to an upcoming boot camp. So I want you to know that. So make sure that you do go in and check off each of the days as you've done and completed any of the assignments. Okay. It's good for yourself and good for you. Completion is a part of being accountable to yourself, and it's also a mini reward at the same time. So go in, make sure you've not only have you downloaded, you've done the work, you either have jotted it in your journals or you've done the workbook itself. I created them in such a way for you to capture your notes and start to really dig deep into where you are in each one of the different topic matters that we said. So you should have all 4 days up to this point. Today's handout is simply marked "Are You Ready?" self-assessment. And we're going to go through that. So if you haven't already done so, I did put it up late, so bear with me with that if you came in and you were looking for it earlier. So please take a moment to download the starter kit assessment because we're going to go through that moment in a short minute. Okay, so do that. All right. Now, as you are doing that, and again, take some time. You don't have to do all your checking off right now, but certainly do go in and make that happen for yourself. So you're going to be able to get that. And hold on, where's my other thing? Okay, yes. And staying until the end of the session today, you're going to get a free book. So there's the other incentive for today. So let me just double check my screen here. All righty. All right. So those who stay until the very end and you put it in the comments that you are still here, you're going to get a free book. So there's that. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing that screen. Now, let's get into a quick review, right, of where we are. I always like to do a quick recap because you guys have accomplished a lot. I mean, you really, really have. So that's why it's really important for you to give yourself a handshake, a pat on the back, high five, tell your peoples, I did it, I made a breakthrough. And how do you feel about it? Right. So let's do a quick recap. So the first thing we recognized is the fact that, again, we recognize about the entrepreneur's mindset. We understand that acknowledging the problem is always the best first step to head you in the right direction. And that by recognizing what the problems are, then we're able to dig deep and get to the root of what the causes are that are getting in the way, those blockades that are getting in the way of you being able to move forward and be more aggressive in your business idea. What were they? For yourselves. And so by able to get into the root issues, some of them come from childhood, some of them come from a bad experience, and you're still holding on to those experiences. And what's happening is you're letting past be the winner, right? You're letting that consume you rather than acknowledging what's happened and dealing with the things that you can deal with. And some of that may also have been a part, rather, of one of my screens. Sorry, my screen popped. And part of that is the fact that we tend to use negative language. And so, not using proper languages that's going to fortify positivity and energy that's going to help you to move forward. You're instead um, taking on negative expressions, negative energy, and that's not going to help you to grow as the picture reflects, right? Negative energy, it basically is a slow dying. And that's not something you want. The slow dying of your idea is not fostering growth for that business idea that you have. It's not fostering the abilities that you have to bring forward into the world with your time and your talents. And then once we really got into that, and again, we also looked at financial statuses because, again, obstacles and money blocks, when you don't understand and taking full account of where you are, it makes it harder for you to know where to start. And so we really spent some time on recognizing and accepting, right, where we were in our stance of finances. And then we also had the opportunity to get some insights on how can we start to make some fixes, be it by way of your credit, be it by way of your mindset and money. And there's some quick wins that you were able to gain from that. So if you haven't done so already, do make sure that you tap into some of the prior recordings. Everything is right here inside of the thread, and you will have access to that. So again, recognizing and accepting where you are was also part of our journey. And of course, once you're able to do that, you can dare to dream big. You are able to move forward the business idea that you've always been having. And it no longer has to be just a dream. And we want that for, because sometimes we may have also allowed time to steal away your ability to move that idea forward. So procrastination, perfectionism is a part of that. Thinking that if everything is not right and perfect, I'm not ready to start that business. Yes, you are. And so, how are some of the things, again, that we can change those habits? Not to say that there's some procrastination that obviously could be and it could be used in a good way. But again, how to get that time back, dealing with procrastination, using some strategies. I gave you tons and tons, 21, in fact, different ways in which you can deal with procrastination so that you can use your time as wisely as possible. And again, get rid of some of those elements that may be getting in the way if you're doing that. And then lastly, yesterday, we really focused on abundance and the mindset again, being able to, how does that get manifested into yourself by ways of your beliefs, in the ways in which you're able to focus your attitudes, and also that part of uh, attracting positive things to you is also about being of a giving heart and a giving spirit. And so having those habits, budgeting for those giving experiences is also part of a process so that you can gain wealth both personally as well as how you can be able to make those pricing. Remember, part of the very first session is, why do women and men entrepreneurs don't make as much for success as they ought to? And it's because of a poverty mindset and not being able to see themselves bigger and charging the value for what they bring to the table. And so that will be also a part of our ongoing conversation. But daring to dream big allows for an abundance mindset to also be brought forward as well. And so this also then allows us to start really digging down and getting specific about your goals. What is it that you want to do with respect to your business idea? And that I gave you a whole framework and an exercise that really helps you to dig down and get very granular with respect to creating that goal for yourself, being specific, being measurable, being achievable, being realistic, and being timely. And then we also had some fun and being able to do vision casting, and gave you all the kit so that you could um, start by putting together your visual boards, that you can digital visual video vision boards that you could do. So hopefully many of you had an opportunity to play with that. Don't play too long. That's why I gave you a kit so that you could create something quickly and that you could have something available. Yes, when you do have the time and you want to spend more time, but for the sake of time, I created the kit so that you could just simply put some visuals together, some power words that will help you to stay focused and, keep your eye on the prize, as we like to say. So that's been a quick recap for to where we have gone thus far. Now, that being said, we are in day 5, and today, what I love to get so there is our week in review. So hopefully that helps you. And again, go back into the units for those of you who are just joining. You want to go into the units. You want to check off that you've completed all the tasks, that you did all the downloadables and the workbook activities. Make sure that you do checkoffs. That's going to qualify you to get a free book, and so that you can participate in an upcoming event. So do stay tuned for that in a moment. We're going to be working through that. So those were the memories that we got us for 4 days, and we are in day 5. And again, very, very proud of you. So now we need to think about taking action. And what do we mean by that? So in today's exercise, we really want to think about, are we ready? And what can that look like? Is that showing up there for you guys? Yeah, okay. Um, Are you ready? So we want to start taking action now. So now that you have had an ability or an opportunity where you had money breakthroughs, I'm hoping for those of you who had money blocks, hopefully you got a money breakthrough. For those of you who were dealing with procrastination, I hope you were able to, through these exercises, have a procrastination breakthrough. For those of you who were kind of stuck in a not so active mindset and for entrepreneurship, that you had a mindset breakthrough. And I'm also hopeful that as a way of these exercises and our conversations and some reflection, right? We have to take that time, that you've also had an abundance breakthrough. And that was the whole goal for us this week. This week was all about, one, setting aside some time for yourself, allowing for that reflection to deal with the real circumstances, whatever they are, know and understanding that um, being a risk taker is part of being going into entrepreneurship for yourself. And fear is also a factor. And it's okay to have a healthy bit of skepticism or a healthy bit of being a little scared and afraid, but that's what entrepreneurship is all about. We have our good days, we have our bad days. Some of you are going to be going into in a gradual progression. When we think about entrepreneurship, we're going to be going from your hobby to your hustle. And then for some, it'll be your hobby to your hustle too, saying bye-bye to your boss. And however that's going to look for each and every one of you may all be different, but at the same time, there are just some fundamental things that you want to have in place. And the first thing you got to have is the right mindset. And that's what we're going to take care of today with taking action. And what I mean by that is, if you haven't already done so, please drop the download your Are You Ready assessment. We're going to go through those questions. And the reason for that is these are questions that, again, push your thinking around what are we really getting ready to enter into by way of entrepreneurship, and what does that look like? And I say that because a lot of people tend to enter into entrepreneurship with ill prepared, I guess is what I'll call it. In fact, today I had the pleasure of being in part of our city council and being interviewed as one of the local business owners here in the Deltona, Florida area where I reside. And wanting to really get some insight on what are the practicalities of being a business owner and how things have shaped up, how things have affected us by way of, for those of you who may be watching this as a recording later down the line, that this was during the moment of COVID. And so how did COVID affect my business, and what were some, again, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it's also that we can build a community of entrepreneurs, both locally as well as how I can service people nationally and internationally for that matter. And so why we have an online community like we have here. So for those of you who have not had a chance for whatever reason to participate in this week's long challenge, the material will be up until Sunday. And after that, it all goes away. So we'll run another series again in the spring. We tend to run these at least every other month, or every other month, give or take, because we're working on other opportunities and learning engagements as well. So hopefully those of you who have had a chance to participate, you've gained feedback. And I certainly want you to give me that feedback. So you'll be getting a survey in the emails. So please take the moment to complete that, as well as if you want to give me any emoji love that you want to have while we're here live. And you can put those in the comments as well. So I certainly do appreciate that. Excuse me. Now, with that, let's jump into our assessment here. Give me 1 minute. Did it take? Okay, so let's open up the assessment document. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Give me a second to see if I have to. I think I have to bring it up on the other side. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. I think I gotta bring it up. Let me change my share screen real quick. And then if you haven't already done so, get that. And I'll stop sharing that screen and bring up the other screen. And I don't know where this is. Good. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Oh, okay. Hold on. I think it opened up. Hold on a second. Oh, where did it go? Okay, sorry. It's under ebook. Okay, sorry. My screen was reading another. It was reading another thing. Okay, ebook. I hope that's the right one. Yeah, it is. Okay. So you should have the Are You Ready Side Gig Self-Assessment. If you haven't already, open it up. Let's go through it. And essentially, what this allows you to do, again, just ask some questions and be able to do some checkoffs. The more checkoffs you have, the better position you are in. Okay. And it's not a contest. So if you don't have as many, just be honest with yourself. This is not a contest or anything. Hold on. Undo my cover. There we go. All right. So everyone should have this up on their devices and be able to open it up. Okay. So let's go through some of the questions. And like I said, it's not a contest. This is just for yourself, but you certainly want the okay, where'd it go? Sorry, guys, my screen. Oh, here it is. Sorry. All right. So let's take a look at the first question. I'll zoom in as best I can here. Okay. So, question number 1. Have you taken a realistic assessment of yourself and your business idea? Yes or no? I have, or really the questions are I have. So, therefore, if you have, then you can say check. So, I have ensured there is a paying market for my business or service goods. Check or no check. I have a business idea that excites me. Check or no check. My business idea has one of the following. Your idea helps the people you know you can uniquely qualify to help. Check or no check. You utilize most of the skills that you have, or at least one main skill, meaning what talent are you bringing to the table? Check or no check. It causes anticipation in you, not dread, at the idea of tackling a new skill or an area of the business that you may not have had to do before. Your idea, your business idea makes a significant, a positive difference, not only for your customers, but for yourself. Remember, going into business is about problem solving. You want to enjoy what you're doing. Because if you don't like your job, then you got to figure out why don't you like your job? If you don't like your job because you don't feel adequate in your job, or you're bored in your job because you're not using the talents that you would like to bring forward in your job. So those are a couple different things, right? Provide a unique twist you know your customers are going to love. And the reason why you don't, if these are not checked off, these are the opportunities where you're going to grow and master. And that's what's going to happen up in the next event for yourself. So again, if you don't have them checked off, this is what this is for. Just kind of give you that reality check. It has the potential for you to make the money that you need and build a reputation. Remember, we talked about our financial goals. and the fact that what is it that's going to make you comfortable, what's going to make you real comfortable, right? And an ability to transform your customers or your clients for their lives to be better. Being in business, again, being that problem solver. Is the idea that you have aligned to your core beliefs and your personal values? And will it transform your life to be better as well? As much as you're giving aid and help to others, how is this going to help you be better for you to yourself? And you have also assessed and discovered your entrepreneurial, what we call quotient or type. So, what business type are you? Now, you probably would say, I don't even know what that means, and you shouldn't have to check it off because that's something that comes out of one of our master classes. You get to really dig deep in understanding what your entrepreneurial quotient is and the type of entrepreneur type that you are. And we go through those assessments. So, it's understandable that you wouldn't answer that question as a check. And most of these questions, for the most part, you shouldn't be checking them off because you're not that far down the road yet. Okay. If you've stressed your quirks and your strengths. Now, we all have a quirk. I mean, we all have something that's either uh, odd or we operate off of fear, but is given as a weakness to others. Our fears are a negative or a weakness seen by others as much as the strengths. So that's part of a personality behavior assessment that I do with members of the group when we're inside of our master group and inside of boot camps. So you typically will have an opportunity to assess who am I and what type of a person and personality behaviors and communication behaviors you have. Okay. The next one, oh, here we go. Sorry. You have learned to reframe words like weaknesses that imply blame to more positive and useful definitions while still remaining accurate and truthful to yourself. So we kind of touched a little bit on that from your negative talk to your positive talk, and you can go in a little deeper with respect to that. Um, you can celebrate your unique character traits. And for some of you, you may still be going through transformation and you're working on it. So you may not be as comfortable with some of those unique traits and really honoring yourself. And that's okay. Just know that these are the things you want to get better at over time. And I love this quote. There's a quote on each bottom of each of the pages, but I really, really love this quote. And it's by Sheryl Sandberg, who is one of the, oh, she's not a CFO, but she's one of the chief leading officers with Facebook. And her quote is, "What would you do if you weren't afraid?" And there again lies what we've been working on these past 5 days. No fear of money, no fear of putting things off or the impracticality of being perfect or the fears of success or the fear of not making enough money or the fear of wealth and getting comfortable with that and not feeling valued enough in your own self and bringing that you can bring value to other people by way of your time and your talents and the business idea that you have. And so, if you were not afraid, what would your life be like right now? And that's what transformation is all about. So, your business idea does one of more of the following things. And again, if you don't check them off, it's okay. What these questions are designed around is that where we're headed, in that this is what you will be building up your business idea around. The fact that it should be transforming and it should provide clarity to your clients or your customers, and that they understand of something they are currently having difficulty with in performing or understanding. Remember, you are the problem solver. And it also helps a specific group of people to simplify something specific or some complex thing. Remember, you're the solution. And you're also, the reason why it's specific again is your customer is not the whole wide world. You want to get to that niche, that target audience, and we'll be speaking more about that. And again, it can help people see the why behind the how, like why they feel that way or why they want these things. That simplistic, that solution is going to offer them that. And that your business idea, again, is going to be able to celebrate your client's success by way of achievements or milestones. Now, again, depending if your business idea is service based being or product based, so some of these questions may not necessarily apply. So do understand that. But also, your business idea is going to make use of strategies, tactics, and tips that your competitors don't or won't share. So, again, what could that unique proposition look like that's going to make that separation between you and another and your competition? And we get into more details of that with respect to your personal branding as well as for your business branding. Another idea that comes to mind is an ability that you're able to demonstrate how you found either a teachable way to do something for others that constantly struggle with. So again, with my service space, and sometimes I work with lots of coaches who want to become coaches and transforming. And so in that particular case, and you also can be teachers, by the way, and I think that's something really important to understand is that one of the shortfalls and one of the things that people had to do, like, was in pivoting during COVID, even by retail people, so people who were, in restaurants or were in bakeries or and alike, rather than them not just selling because they didn't have that storefront capability anymore, they transformed and made pivots in how they were teaching people how they could do these things at home, right? So now you became, a facilitator and a teachable teacher teaching people techniques that they wouldn't normally have done, but now because they were so constrained to staying at home and they were willing to engage with you and even pay to be that transference of service. And so these are those things that you have to kind of think about is you cannot be one dimensional when we think about going into business. And if COVID has done nothing for the people who have already launched their businesses up to this point, is it really taught lessons around that you cannot be one dimensional, that you have to think outside the box, that there's got to be more to just doing this one thing. And so as you go into venturing into your own business idea, this is the stuff of thinking that you have to foster, and that comes out of the boot camps and the master classes that are coming up, is the ability for you to leverage your skills and your business so that you'll never be taken off guard and not be prepared, or at least have multiple dimensions to your business solution and your business model, because that would be important. Okay. Generate hopes and excitement to a specific group of people. Again, how you're making those connections, because again, business starts with you. And then showing that you have personally or professionally overcome what your clients may be struggling with, either by way of a product or a solution. Again, having that personal connection makes a difference. And people are going to do business with you because there's a personal connection and it's a part of your story. And here's another quote: hustle until you no longer need to introduce yourself. Now, I love that quote because what that means, until you get to be this iconic person, you should always have a thirst and a hunger about your business, and you're always in um, growth mode. You're always trying to do and improve yourself and be better. Until you get to Beyonce level status, I say you need to keep hustle going on. So keep that in mind. Okay. All righty. Now, let's see what else. And another favorite quote: the dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. I love that one. Yeah, because hustle ain't free. It's going to take you time. It's going to take you some sweat equity, but it's all just a part of the whole nuance of going into business for yourself. And it can be so much fun and exhilarating and hard work at the same time. So here, when you're looking at analyzing your past, Have you analyzed your skills? Have you analyzed your experiences? Have you analyzed like what certifications do you have or don't have? Your achievements. Have you considered the ways in which your business idea is going to come generate out of? Your business idea may be coming out of the work that you do in your volunteerism. It may be the charities that you're passionate about. It may be just out of the hobbies that you love and enjoy. So again, how are those business ideas becoming generated? Now, some of you may have multiple ideas, which is fine, because you may find that you may be able to kind of weave them together in a way. So, having more than one, we can talk through that and understanding how can I kind of bundle things together. But you want to come up with your like ideal first primary product. We call it like your, excuse me, what we call your MVP. So your minimum viable product. So what's that one product? That's what we're going to be really focusing on. What's that one product, your core product, and then things can wrap around it, right? So you'll be thinking along those lines. Um, you want to make sure that that business idea that you have is going to align with your core beliefs and your values. It's going to work. Will make a workplace better, even if it's only in a small way, or maybe one client at a time, or it could be for organizations at a time. Something that's going to energize you. It's not going to keep you flat and dull. And then you're going to decide, is your product going to be product based? Is it going to be service based, or is it going to be both? In the comments, let me know which one of these is where are you thinking that your business idea is going to land? Do you think it's going to be a service based business, or do you think it's going to be a product based business? Share that in the comments. I'd like to hear kind of where your ideas are sitting. You may have a combination of both, and that's great. I do. I have both. I started simply as product though, and then we kind of evolved from there. So there's always an opportunity for that. And then you want to look at, have you ascertained and verified that as many of the following conditions are possible? So again, is it the right time for you to set up that business? It's always the right time. The question is it a solid idea, and is there a paying market? So you've got to be able to do your research, and you get to have that accomplished too as a part of the boot camps and the masterclass opportunities that you'll soon have. And that again, your niche is narrow enough that you can be specializing and you can stand out. And then that you have the adequate startup capital. How much money is it going to be necessary? Again, we talked about financial status and what are the things that you're going to be needing to start up your business. Some you can start businesses with, less than $500 or less than $1,000. You can take those credit cards or business credit cards. You can use that to formulate and generate some capital for you. You may qualify if you have really good credit, and you can qualify for capital loans, because you may need for some of you who are doing something that requires a physical space, like daycares and food trucks and the like, then you're going to need some capital outlay unless you've done some really good savings and you can bootstrap this yourself. So when we talk about bootstrapping, meaning you're self-financing. If you don't have the money, then you have to be able to either get people to invest, or that you're going to have to do get a line of credit, one of the two. And then is your niche is not only sustainable, but it's scalable. And what that means is, what if you blow up? What if the product that you have goes viral and everybody wants it? Are you ready to scale quickly enough? Even if it's service based, you got to be ready to say, I can take on more customers because I have a team. So when I got a contract that requires me to have 5 or 6, it was like 5 or 7 consultants in order to deliver the services. But once they said, you're ready to go, we've given you the clear, we need you to start in 2 weeks. I knew when I wrote the proposal what the potential was. And I already had kind of my team, prepped and lined up. I'm like, listen, this is what might happen. I'm giving you a heads up. Are you ready to serve in this capacity? Because when I shoot the gun, or when I'm ready to say, let's get ready to go, I have my people in alignment and I can scale quickly. So these are just type of those things that will come up, right? I want that for each one of you, by the way, that you can scale quickly, that you're going to get more customers than you can handle. And again, doing your homework, researching all the aspects. that, and in some cases, you want to create a wait list. We talk about that in the masterclass and the boot camps that's coming up too. There's strategies in how you can foster a following without even without even having anything produced just yet, right? But testing out your idea is also going to be really critical, and there's ways in which you can do that. And again, already have your foot in the door. Are you already prospecting? Or are you already dropping your seeds? And then using personal branding is going to allow you to do that. Those are probably the easiest ways, is starting with your personal branding. And I'm going to talk about that next. Another great quote: time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you can never get more time. So again, procrastination, hopefully that was one of your breakthroughs, that you're dealing with things that you've put off, that you're picking up some better habits and some time management skills that are going to allow you to use your time more quickly. And of course, this is also really, really necessary. And that is that you have commitment, you have the dedication, and you have an ability to be consistent and follow through. Those are clear behaviors and character traits that you have to have a sustainable business and to thrive in a business. Commitment, dedication, and being consistent and showing up and following up. And you'd be surprised. I've run into people who, they always reach out to me. It's so funny. I have people who will reach out to me. Oh, let's partner. Let's do this. Let's do that. We have this kind of like meetup meeting, and we kind of throw up some ideas. And then when rubber hits the road, their follow up sucks, just sucks. And you're just wondering, that's not somebody I can do business with, because you're not even able to do little things. We haven't even started a business venture yet, or a business partnership yet. And things that you claim that you said you're going to do, and you don't do follow up, and I got to follow up behind you. I'm not doing that. So I have some very, very clear things, what I'm willing to do, and my non-negotiables, what I'm not willing to do. What I'm not willing to do is I'm not willing to chase after people. That's what I'm not willing to do. And so you too have to have some of those lines in the sand rules for yourself. We can talk through that a little bit later, but do know and understand that this is where, when I talk about abundance and that ability that things are going to gravitate towards you, to you as well, when you're thinking positive and you're doing the right things and an opportunity comes to you, be mindful of the fact that not all opportunities are good opportunities. You've got to be able to filter them as best you can, so that you know the good from the bad. And so as Maya Angelou would say, believe people for who they are when they show up. That's who they are. And so that's their true self. And believe them. That's who they are. They ain't going to change. Just like you show up and you want to be your authentic self, because that's the best person that you want to be. And that's how you're going to show up. So take that with a grain of salt. Okay. Now, I want to just bring up this one little quote here. And this is one that happens to be Maya Angelou as well. So, you cannot use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Because right now, the mere fact that you've had this opportunity to remove blocks, remove barriers, and to allow and get obstacles out the way, pack up procrastination. So move money matters out the way, pack up procrastinations, overcome obstacles, is so that your ability to be more mindful and being able to get new ideas and fresh ideas is going to help you to be more creative. So you don't run out of creativity, but by removing all those obstacles and blocks allows for you to have more abundant, better thinking that's going to help to generate better positive energy towards you, which is going to help you to think and be more profitable in the end. So those are the things that you're really, really looking for. So I hope that you see that the assessment that I have there for you was twofold. One, it was just, again, to give you a good sneak peek. Here's the things that you want to have in order. So when you do launch, when you set yourself into business, you should be able to do all the checkoffs. It wasn't meant that you have a lot of checkoffs right now, but it's to help you to understand where you want to be and making sure that happens. So keep that checkbook close to you because you're going to see it again. Um, Now, as a wrap up for today, again, congratulations. I hope that all of the breakthroughs that you have helped you, that this opportunity on learning was helpful to you. Please share your feedback with me. It's very important that I hear how helpful this was for you and what I brought to you, added value to you in your life, and also to help you to move forward. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And hold on one second. Can't see my screen. Okay, sorry about that. Now, I have two things. There we go. So I have two things that are about to, did that just? Okay. I have two things that are opportunities that are coming up that I'd like to share with you. So here we go. So opportunity number one is the holidays are coming up. Obviously, we're here, and so I wanted to kind of continue this learning on a little bit more relaxed, not as stressful, but it's a book study. And so starting on Saturday, January the 2nd, is going to be a mastermind. And it's a book that I love to facilitate. It's a John Maxwell book, by the way, and it is called Put Your Dreams to the Test. And it is about how you take 10 questions, and it's going to help you to not only seize it, see it, but seize it, your dream business in particular. And again, kind of just a continuation, but it's an opportunity for you to do some more reflection, some more reading to get your ideas fortified at the same time. So I'm inviting you to join me in a book study. And the only thing that you have to pay for is the book itself. And so those of you, of course, who stayed with me tonight and do the checkoffs, you get to have a free ebook. So what you'll need to do, like I said, is do make sure you do completions inside of the units, that you do all the checkoffs, and let me know that you've done it. And then I'm going to send you an ebook. Excuse me. I'm going to send you an ebook of the same. So you're going to see that as well. And we'll have some fun going through this as well. So I love this book. It's just a great set of reflective reading and some stories that John tells at the same time. I think you're going to find it to be very helpful. And so please invite your friends as well. So this is a great way to start off the new year. In addition to the masterclass that's coming up, I'm giving you a quick sneak peek. We are about to launch. We're not ready just yet, but for those of you who have been a part of this particular challenge, you're getting to hear it firsthand. And I'm really, really super duper excited. So give me 1 second. Let's do this. Let's do a quick 30-second break. Let's do that. And then we'll circle back and I'll share my new opportunity. Woo, yay. Alrighty. So what are we talking about next? So part of taking action and part of how I lead others towards their opportunity for entrepreneurship is by way of personal branding. And many of you may not realize this, but and I learned this along my journey of entrepreneur, as being an entrepreneur as well. And what I've learned is not only it's great to start a business and you want to be able to get out there and make some money. However, what's more important is how you are connecting with your customers and how you can have a stronger launch with your business by making sure that your personal brand is in place. And this is also kind of even a precursor, kind of part of your pre-launch activities that you can do for your business. And so, what we've put together for the Jumpstart group is the Know, Like, and Trust Small Group Personal Branding Bootcamp. This is 3 weeks that you are going to get to define, design, and deploy your best self. And so, we're going to have so much fun getting busy, as I call it, BIZY, and be a part of the Busy Bee Hive community. No, I'm not competing with Miss Beyonce and the Bees Hive crew. So I just want to get that out there. However, getting busy, as I like to call it, is an opportunity where we are able to foster your personal brand as well. So let me just make sure. Why is yeah, so the Know, Like, and Trust Bootcamp is a 3 week course that you'll get to go through, and we're what will happen over the course of 3 weeks. It is a boot camp. So boot camp means it's a bit intensive, but it's done with intentionality, meaning you're gonna be in worker bee mode. That's what the beehive is gonna be about. You're gonna be worker bees for yourself. And what's fun about it is where you're getting ready to really talk about personal brand. You want to be able to foster a community of followers who want to know, like, and trust you as much as they're going to know, like, and trust the product and the service that you're bringing to the table. So this is going to be part of what we call our pre-launching your big business idea, and it's going to make the transition so much sweeter. And a honey, I could say that, right? But it's going to make your business launch sweeter because you will be dropping seeds and getting to be able to build an audience, being able to build your credibility. That is what's critical and important. Get your business story in order, get your media kits in order, get your photo shooting in order. You want to get that branding, your style. What is that style? What is it looking like? I'm actually doing some rebranding, right? And so my look, my style, and all of that are all kind of coming into play. And you'll get a chance to work through that piece. And again, the know how can people can get to know you. And then in week 3, we go into the like mode. And there we're really talking about content marketing and things that you're going to be able to put in place, like your website, your blog, your social media, getting a podcast, being a guest on a podcast. That's right, people. Everybody gets a podcast appearance in the boot camp. So, and also again, some marketing strategies and things that you're going to be able to carry over, not only for your, so this is kind of like your warm-up exercise, and that you're being able to get these good habits in place. This is the thing that I've learned as I've coached others through this process of entrepreneurship. And so I'm always in refining mode. And how can I help people be better? And how can I do better doing that? And what I have found over the years is that most people do not understand that there is a business is an extension of you. That you inside of the word business is you, YOU. Okay. And so, how can you fortify and strengthen that so that you can bring your best self to your customers and make a better impact and a stronger impact? And my belief is that to know, like, and trust is a fundamental belief about how people can be successful in business. People do not buy from businesses. They buy from the people who are selling the business or the service product. I can tell you from personal experience, this is how it works. If it were not for my relationships, if it were not for the work that I've done and the relationships that I've cultivated over the years has allowed me to continue this journey, and bumps and all. Okay, so there's all of that. So what I've learned and what I'm bringing to you all is some of those experiences and some of those fixes and things that I've learned by observing others as I was helping them to get to their next step in their entrepreneurship is that lack of personal branding. And so I feel as though that this is a great precursor, a good warm up, so that when you then can launch your brand for your business, you're going to be able to take this through with it. And so that's what your week 2 looks like, is in the like mode. And we're going to get you all liked up by, again, fostering and showing up your expertise in that area that you're bringing to the table by way of your service and your products, and building up your following and the alike. And then the trust factor. This is where you're getting to make those real connections with your potential customers, where they trust you enough that they're wanting to either give you their email address or give you their credit card. And so being able to put in place sales funnel and a lead magnet, and take your minimum viable product and test the waters and getting it ready for the bigger launch for your business launch day. And so that's what's going to happen over the course of 3 weeks. And so my desire and my hope for those of you inside of the Facebook group is that we're launching this in late January, and that those of you who are already members of the Jumpstart Facebook group between now and December the 31st, you are going to get special launch pricing. So we'll be announcing all of those details in the group within the coming week is my hope and the desire. We're just trying to put some finishing touches. We're also looking, we're bringing in some experts to the table. So we're going to have some more guests like we had already with Chantrell and others, to going to really help drop some seeds and some nuggets. So we're super duper, duper, duper excited about that. So you'll hear some more with respect to that. So I hope you're just as excited as I am, because I'm super duper excited. And I can see that now that you have this ability. And I felt like the book study is a kind of a good opportunity. Again, reading is critical. Self-improvement is critical. So taking on that journey and just kind of getting to that habit of reading is also going to be important for you as well. So hopefully you'll join me in this journey, as well as being a part of the upcoming masterclass that's going to start on January 2nd. I'll put that information up in the Facebook group as well. Please invite your friends. So again, this is a wrap for the 5 days, and that I'm hoping my heart and my desire for each one of you is that you have made a shift, you've transformed, you've had your breakthroughs in whatever those personal areas are. I do invite you to do a one-on-one consultation with me. It's an invitation for me to get better to know you, to help you on your journey and figuring out what it is that you want for yourself, and how is it that either being a part of this community and some of the other upcoming communities, so that you can do your transformation. My hope for you is that in the coming year of 2021, that you not only start your business, that you only transform your mindset, and that you partake in the upcoming boot camp and the masterclass, and you launch your business, is that you can hang out with me over in my small biz community. And that's where the new entrepreneurs are hanging out and growing their business. And that's what I'd like for you. So I have always considered the Jumpstart community as temporary space, right? This is kind of like your transformation space, because I want you to graduate. I want you to leave. And so that's my heart's desire for each and every one of you. So I want to thank you, each and every one of them, for being a part of this particular learning experience in the 5-day challenge. And please make sure that you share with me your feedback. It's always my pleasure to be a part of your journey in any shape or form or fashion. So with that being said, I am Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach for Jumpstart Your Small Biz. And again, thank you for being a part of the 5-day challenge breakthrough. And you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks again. Bye-bye.